Hey, Shalom. First, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth from rest life to do. So it's going to be a quick video. Lord willing, the video is edifying. Lord willing, I can get something from this video. Let me get a couple scriptures in Isaiah 14, talking about how Esau is going to fall. Understand that the Bible is a book of prophecies. So it tells you what's going to happen. It tells you what's going to happen, what has happened, what's currently happened, and what's going to happen. Okay? And that what's going to happen is a prophecy. So the scriptures say this is going to happen. You have prophets that bring that out. Okay? You have prophets that bring out these scriptures, man. Okay? And the scriptures say that, Esau, which is a so-called white man, is going to be brought low. Okay? It also says that nuclear missiles, thermonuclear missiles, is going to be shot upon America, man. Okay? But without further ado, let's get into the scriptures, man. This is Isaiah 14, and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And all days, that's talking about the other nations, right? Because America, right? America is that so-called supreme country. You know what I mean? And it's the most powerful country. You know what I mean? And it's powerful because it's military, the money, which is really going down, right? It's powerful because this place was meant to be powerful for scripture's sake. Okay, it has nuclear missiles. It has the army. It's the strength. Esau is ruling over it. Esau is the ruler of the world, right? And this is Esau. Esau's headquarters. This is his place of commerce. Okay, but all the other nations, right, are getting to be stronger, really, and match the equivalence as far as power with America. Okay, it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, right? Now, thy pomp, this place is known for being proud, right? Because the ruler of this place is proud. Okay, now it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. So thy pomp will be no longer. Thy pomp, their pride will be no longer. Okay, this is also a nation that said that they will not see, they will not know any widows. But it says in 1 hour, this place will be destroyed. Okay, it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations, right? And that Lucifer is talking about Esau, man. Okay, that's talking about the elites of this world. Okay, it says, which did weakens the nation, right? And how did this place weaken nations? Well, this place spread its philosophy all around the earth, man. That's why it spread its philosophy all throughout the earth, man. And not only that, right? This place has ruled over these places, man. Because if you can look at before and after pictures of before America went there and after America went there, you can see physically how America did these other nations, man. Okay, it's 13. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay, it says they shall, and that's the pridefulness of Esau, man. Esau. Okay, look, I'm gonna be like, the Most High, this and that, blase, 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 because he has a godlike complex, right? The earth is given unto him. That's why the scriptures also say, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it before I forget. All together, one. Where's it at in Psalms? Right here. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And so the first half is talking about like when you go into the hold on, I might as well just click into it to get the breakdown. I might as well just click into it. Let me go to Psalms 51 really quick. Because I want to start up on that. Get some juice on that. What was that? Psalms 50 and 21, Slakia. Right here. I want to start up on that. It says, offer and I call upon the day trouble, I will deliver thee and I shall love. But I'll start at 16. Psalms 50 and 16 it says, but unto the well, I'll start at 15. It says, and call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee and thou shalt glorify me. That's talking about the Israelites. Okay, that's talking about what the Most High, the Most High is talking to the Israelites right there. In 16 it says, but unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Okay, I'm gonna go down to 20. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. That's talking about Esau, how he did Jacob, man. Okay, this is 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Right, because these people have been able to get away with the bullshit for so long, right, that they thought that, okay, well, look, because if you get away with something like if you do something illegal, you get away with it over and over and over again, you're gonna think you can't be touched, or you're gonna think ain't no consequences to what you're doing. But it's consequences for what you nations have done to Israel, man, especially Edomites, man. Okay, it says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee. And that reprove is talking about Israelites, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. That's why when you go to Jeremiah 4, which I get, it says, now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you into pieces, and there be none to deliver you. Okay, it says, so when you go to here, let me go. You can get it in Baruch too. When you go to Baruch 4, and you get in Baruch, well, I'll come to Baruch in just a minute. Let me go to Jeremiah real quick. I'll go to Jeremiah 50 real fast. Because when you go down to right here, Jeremiah 54 says, in those days and in that time, said the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together. So both the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom are going to come together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh their power. So that's proof that we are being reproved in the land of our enemies, in the land of our captivity. It says, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord Yahweh in all perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people hath been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, right? But when you go into 4, it says that we will come together, both southern and northern kingdom, right, preaching and trying to seek the way of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. That's why when you go to Baruch 4, which I'll grab it real quick, when you go to Baruch 4 in the Apocrypha, right, when you go to Baruch 4 in the Apocrypha, it kind of ties up basically my whole lesson, right? It says, I want to get 21. Baruch 4 and 21 says, be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power in the hand of the enemies, right? And the enemies are the other nations. When you go back to Psalms 85, I think it's 85 and 3 or 83 and 5, it tells you that the nations are confederate against thee, right? So those are your enemies. The people who are confederate against you, who seeking to destroy your name, is your enemies, right? It says, this is 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck. And I just explained who the enemies were. Okay, even when you read it in Isaiah the 60th chapter, it tells you, right, that the enemies we're gonna tread upon the enemy's neck. Okay, now before I read Baruch 4:30, let me go back to Isaiah 14. Real quick before I lose track. It says I want to read back in Isaiah 14, and I think I stopped at 15. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? You know, so we're gonna look upon this man like, is this the man? You know, this is the man, because he's gonna fall down, man. Okay, it says back in 11, it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, and didst weaken the nations? Okay, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Now it says, yet thou shalt be brought down to the hell, to the sides of the pit. Now let me get Baruch 4. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this real quick before I do that. No widow. Right here. It's a lot of meat on this, man. I might do a part 2 to this video. I kind of want to make this quick, though. This is Isaiah 47 and 7. It says, and thou saidest, I should be a lady forever, right? America. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know, man. And this is talking about America, man. This is talking about America. So all hell is getting ready to break loose on this place, man. You know, and the end all for this place is gonna be thermonuclear missiles. Now let me end it with Baruch. Like I said, man, it's a lot of meat on that, man. I might want to do a part 2 to this video. Lord willing, the Spirit, get upon me to do so. This is Baruch 4:30. It says, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. So Yahweh, right, gave us that name. So he's going to comfort us, which Yahweh is the Father, right? The King of Kings, the Most High. Okay. 31, it says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. And we serve all throughout the four corners of the earth. That was part of the curse. But that she, because you keep hearing about the she, right? The she, right? That she is America, right? And I'm going to prove it. It says, 33, it says, for she rejoiced at thy ruin, and she was glad at thy fall. So shall she be grieved for her own desolation. So we just got in Isaiah 47, right? That she will be grieved for her own desolation. It tells you how. It says 34. It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and for her pride, it's like in her pride, it's like in multi. Let me run that back. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning." Right? This is 35. It says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time," man. Okay? And that's talking about America, man. Because America's not going to be inhabited again after the destruction comes, after the missiles come, right? But notice in 34 it says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of a great multitude and her pride." We talked about that pomp, right? Them being pompous, right? And her pride, she's turned into mourning, right? Now, it says this place will be inhabited by devils, right? Let me see something real quick. Revelations. Where's it at? Let them make horns for the most upper heart. Horn hour. Let me find it. Right here. Man, that's a lot. Man, goodness. It's the last we're in. Right here. Revelations 18. Revelations 18, it says, for, man, this talks about the destruction of America all throughout this. I definitely got to do a part 2. This is Revelations 18 and 7. I'm just getting to the point I can. It says, "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment, and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." Okay, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. Okay, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her. So the kings of other nations who have done business with her, have lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, and they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come." Okay, beautiful, man. 17, it says, "For in 1 hour so great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood far off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costlessness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate." Okay, so for in 1 hour, this place is going to be made desolate, man. Okay, come to naught through thermonuclear missiles, man. Like I said, man, it's a lot of meat on in these scriptures. I might do a part 2 to this, but I just kind of want to, get to the point on these. And Lord willing, it was edifying. Lord willing, I got something from this video. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Makakwadash. I want to tell you brothers, keep pushing on to the next Shalom.